If you want to check out different content from myself, I've just set up a second channel where I'm going to post fitness and things. The link for that will be in the description. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to the Norwich City career mode. I apologise for no episode yesterday. This has taken a long time to complete for various reasons. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 games in this episode. There is a sim game as well. And there is still something else to do before we can end the season, but we will get to that. We have Manchester City in the league first. They are, of course, challenging for the title. So I was very surprised, as I'm sure many of you are, maybe, that we went a goal up inside of about 10 minutes. So 14 minutes into this game, we applied more pressure. Barco played it through to Jonathan David, who tipped it forward to Cyprian, who really should have hit the target from there. That is a very poor effort. However, that effort was a bit of a turning point because Kevin De Bruyne popped up with that. I mean, Tim Krul's shouting, but I mean, no one's going to stop it. No one can defend against it. Kevin De Bruyne, when you get into that position, you're not going to stop him. We tried our best to go forward to try and get ourselves another goal. Kubo came close, lashing one against the side netting. I say lashing one against it. It sort of skimmed the side netting. They continued to press. And when they press, you cannot do anything but just back off and hope that either your goalkeeper can make a save or your defenders can just somehow get a block in when the shot eventually comes in. There's absolutely nothing you can do. João Cancelo was reckless there. I was kind of hoping he would be sent off. He wasn't. He was yellow carded. I'm not showing you that because he gets a second booking. I'm just showing it to you because it was a bit harsh. Leeds have just gone 4-0 down. Laruzzi, the best fullback in the business, has just scored, and as has a former Liverpool player, Raheem Sterling, who then is extremely toxic, runs to the manager and celebrates with him. It's not over there, though. Sterling dances around Simicon, plays the ball across. It's FIFA 20 all over, and Aguero then, very toxic, and he runs into the camera and celebrates. I say toxic, it's not on his career mode, it's fine. But not to be pushed over and not to lie down, we managed to somehow claw one back. Kubo gets his second of the day, picks the ball up and says, "Come on, lads," but it's not enough. We lose the game 3-2 at the Etihad, and surprisingly, it's a full house. And that's not surprising because of, the pandemic, just because it's the Etihad. Anyway, we're at Wembley for this one. It is Chelsea in the semi-final of the FA Cup. And guess what? If we beat Chelsea, we have Manchester City. If we can get past Chelsea, maybe just a small taste of revenge could happen. Now, I know what you're thinking. Barrenettea and Greenwood in the starting 11, and Chevalier and Bella Kotchap at the back. Do you not want to win this game? Well, Chevalier is very close to overtaking Tim Krul. Bella Kotchap is approaching Godfrey, so they're not too far away. Van der Beek has signed for Chelsea in this universe rather than Manchester United, and of course a Marvey at left back, Martin at right back. So they're not playing a full strength side. They've got a couple of players here or there that aren't quite first team. However, the fixture congestion has got to us. Jonathan David lashes one against Kepa, who unbelievably makes the save. Who knew Kepa had hands? But the fixture congestion has really got to us. Rafael Leao is absolutely shattered, as is Kubo and a few other players. So we're having to rest them in this FA Cup game. Jonathan David pops up with a very important goal just before half-time. Barco and David are both knackered themselves, so it's not really a case of playing them for the full 11. I was hoping to play them, that we would manage to somehow see the game out with, I don't know, an hour to go, or half an hour to go at least, and then we can, I didn't mean an hour, I meant half an hour to go, and then we could sort of sub them off, but it wasn't to be. Chelsea knock the ball around better than any club we've ever played, and it's a typical Chelsea goal. Morata, who is still there, tucks one away. And if you go back and have a look at all our games against Chelsea, that's what they do. Morata goes forward there. Great save from Chevalier, who is angry with his defence, and rightfully so. 62nd minute comes in. I'm pressing B every single time there to clear it, and it's just going it's passing back into defenders, and Van de Beek pops up the goal, and we are 2-1 down in the FA Cup semi-final. Barco plays it to the sub, Rafael Leao. Great save from Kepa. Don't think I've ever said that before. The ball is then in our own half with 20 minutes or so left on the clock. We can't get it out. Baranetea somehow manages to win the ball, plays it to Barco, who's got pace. Even at this stage of the game, he has legs. Waits for it. There's Baranetea, who started the move. It comes off Amavi, goes down his own goal. Baranetea doesn't care absolutely one bit, and he will run round and celebrate for about an hour. Then Kubo plays it into Cyprian. I know what you're thinking. You're about to score. What a turn from Rafael Leao. He's in a goal. Oh my days. Kepa, what are you doing? That pushes the game into extra time. And at that point, I'm thinking, it's not meant to be. It's a valiant effort, but it's not meant to be. Then Jesus Ferreira goes down the right-hand side, plays the ball across goal, but it's absolutely woeful, and it goes out for a goal kick. And that could very well be the last that we see of him in a Norwich shirt. Gravenberch on as a sub, plays it into Rafael Leao. Good turn from him again here, cuts inside, goes for goal, and Kepa again denying Rafael Leao. Then right at the end, Van de Beek gets in. It's right at the end of extra time, and Chevalier makes the most important save of his career. It goes into penalties. I hate penalties against the AI because they always dive the right way. But for some reason, Kepa, who has been the best player today, didn't dive the right way once. And Jorginho missed the target. Cyprian down to the goalkeeper's right, and keeper doesn't even move. So we are 2-0 up at this point. Then Victor Moses, who's still there, puts it wide again. What is going on? We see Jesus Ferreira put a penalty past Kepa. Now all that needs to happen is the goalkeeper either needs to make a save or Morata needs to miss the target. Chevalier, the youngster, he's not even 18 years of age yet, makes a save with his shins, and he puts us into the final of the FA Cup against Manchester City, a side who has literally just beaten us 3-2. We are out for blood. They are gunning for the title still, so they won't really care too much about the FA Cup final until the season is done. We kind of have half an eye on maybe 6th or 5th place, because we do play Chelsea next, so it's a big 6-pointer really. But I have more of an eye on that FA Cup than I do the league right now, because the league is, okay, it's in front of us. We need to play it. We need to, play what competition we're in and focus on what competition comes next when it eventually does come. But I do have an eye on that FA Cup. We're into the league game against Chelsea, and I cannot explain to you the difference in this Chelsea side to the one we played in the FA Cup just gone. They, in the FA Cup, held the ball unbelievably well. Their defence was robust. Their goalkeeper was incredible. And in the league, it was like playing, not quite Bristol, maybe Leeds. Or Southampton's a nice comparison, actually, because Southampton gave us a bit of a game here or there, but ultimately they weren't very good at the back. And this is pretty much what this Chelsea side was. We've literally just played them. We had to go into penalties. We're now in the league, and I'm trying to dink the goalkeeper from 8 yards. It's a bit of a contrast. 1-0 up, but I'm in complete control here. We have this game in the bag. All we need to do is make sure that we take our chances here. Gilmour, former Chelsea man, of course, and plays that ball into Barco, and we make it 2-0. That's the 3 points secured. I wasn't worried about losing this game. As soon as we went a goal up, they just weren't at the races. And from there on, it was a case of, can we get more? Gilmour played really well, by the way. Played the full 90 minutes. Baranetea plays a great ball to Greenwood. Manchester United loanee pops it past Kepa as if he's not even there. Probably says, why didn't I play that? Well, he did play in that FA Cup game, actually. So why couldn't you do that against them then? Gravenberch, Barco and Greenwood on the score sheet. And that makes it 3-0 on the day. We're going to come thick and fast here with games. Watford up next. We are away from home. We are having to rotate slightly again. I'm going. It's fixture congestion. That's a poor effort from the goalkeeper, really, but it is what it is. You can't always rely on your goalkeepers, especially when they're a little bit inexperienced, as is Chevalier. I won't criticise him too heavy for it, though. He's bound to make mistakes here or there. Cleared off the line by the defender. I've been toying with sort of team press and overload ball side. It really does drain the stamina. Rafael Leao in there to score, to make it 1-1. He continues his fine form, and then does a bit of Lua after it. Why not? If you know, you know, by the way. Back to the Portsmouth days. Watford come forward again. Great move from them. Ward-Prowse denied by Bella Kotchap. And that's not the only challenge Bella Kotchap puts in. Not necessarily in this game, but just in the entire video. He puts in a good shift in the games that he plays. So Bella Kotchap next season, I think, will be the main starting centre-back. Godfrey will have to play second string and will probably be limited to rotation. But Bella Kotchap is definitely going to shine through. Chevalier will be the number one next season as well. He won't play in the final league game of the season, nor will he play in the penultimate league game of the season. However, he will be the main goalkeeper next season, I think. Hughes puts Watford 2-1 to the good. Toward the back end of the game, I thought, well, that's it. It's gone. We are going to be finishing 7th or 8th, potentially. But Kubo popped up. I mean, there's a great bit of football at the front there. I don't know who back-heeled it to him. Watford are very annoyed, and rightfully so, because they were the better team. But Kubo popped up with a 90th minute equaliser. 2-2 on the day. We salvaged a point as we go into our penultimate game of the season against Wolves. This is a big game, because Wolves are ahead of us. If we beat them, unfortunately, we are heavily rotated again. But if we do beat them, the last game of the season against Crystal Palace is going to be massive. It could be the difference between European football and not really. So, in this game, we needed to win. Unfortunately, it was like playing Chelsea. They knocked the... I mean, look at the state of that. They knocked the ball around as if it was a training game. We weren't even there. There were very few highlights because they held the ball so well. They didn't hold it too well in the 57th minute, though. Sangar intercepts it, plays it to Baranatea. He's looking for the overlap. Greenwood is waiting, but then decides to go it alone. Goes for goal. Easy save for the goalkeeper. But that was as close as we came, really. Gravenberch then plays it forward to Baranatea, who's starting to come into his own a little bit here. Here's Rafael Leao. Somehow pops back to Ferreira, comes back to Leao, and he really should have scored there. Why I went across the goalkeeper, I'll never know. Roy Patricius had a Kepa moment and made a great save. Final dying moments of the game. Barco is blocked off, and the game ends at 1-0 to Wolves. I was so annoyed that I skipped the entire end and we just went straight to our final game. I would show you the league table, but we'll do that in just a second. There was almost no point play in the game. It was really late as well, so I thought, you know what, I'll just sim it. It finished 0-0, and that was our final game of the season. We finished in 7th, joint on points with Wolves, but higher on goal difference, and that's why I didn't play it. We couldn't catch Arsenal. It had gone by then, of course, Wolves couldn't catch us unless we lost to Crystal Palace, but it was a risk I was willing to take because I had a banging headache and it was about 4 in the morning. But there we go, we finished 7th, which is an improvement on last season, but we are in an FA Cup final. In terms of relegated teams, for those who care, Sheffield United, Leeds and Bristol City, who both came up, have gone straight back down. We knew Bristol City would go straight back down. They made absolutely no effort to stay up at all season. They were just happy to be there and experience it. We finished 7th. Next episode, hopefully, a live FA Cup game. I don't know whether to play it live or not. I don't play very well live. I'm thinking of not doing it live. I know maybe it's not as entertaining, but I just don't play well live, and the games tend to be quite boring because I don't make the right decisions. So I'm thinking maybe not live. I don't know. It depends. How I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But we do have a transfer window as well. Ferreira could very well be on his way. Just hasn't done an awful lot for us this season. I haven't felt the heat from it, as you know. Taking suggestions from some players to sign in the comments, maybe some players to ship out and maybe loan out a couple of players here or there. We do have a lot of centre mids on the go right now. Billy Gilmore is there for decent backup, but if we don't get, well, we've not got European football, so I don't know, he might go out on loan. We'll see, we'll see. Either way, that's going to do it for today's episode. The season is done. We go again for what I would imagine is going to be the final season. I don't want to sim games because I don't want to lose them. So that's why we're not really doing it. In FIFA 21, like I said, simming is a different story. We can sim it and jump in if we start losing and start to panic, really. But, yeah, next episode, FA Cup final, transfer window. If you have enjoyed today, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.